Not both.
You told me homeward bound?
Homeward bound, yes.
Yeah, they told me, they said only by bus.
Only by bus and only one way.
Yeah, they said even if I were from Europe or other place, they said they couldn't help me because they don't do anything with air tickets.
Yeah.
Nothing like that.
They don't. I'm sorry.
That's all right. The Red Cross doesn't either, right?
I'm sorry?
The Red Cross, they don't do anything, right?
I've never heard about anybody sending people
with the Red Cross
for
funeral.
No.
Okay, thank you, sister. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. So like you said, don't trip.
No. You know, if you got to light a candle something in here, just have a quiet moment and give thanks to God for your dad and whatnot.
Yes, do it.
Do that.
Yes, exactly.
You know, lift up your family in prayer. As a matter of fact, I give you 800 numbers to call to pray about it.
Okay, I will. I'll take it. Yeah. Yeah, because you know what? You said, God help me to change the things that I can and the things that you can't, you know.
No, the serenity prayer.
You know.
And the wisdom that knows the difference.
Difference, that's right.
Hello? Yeah, that's right. I'm okay. I'm actually at an appointment right now.
But a lot of us lost the meaning of the word family.
Is there something that happened, or we go deeper in blood relation?
Yep.
Go deeper in the sexual intercourse that brought forth.
That's right. But what is it? But what is it with us as a people? I mean, like I've been in Africa, and Africans have looked after me more than my own blood. Is there something wrong with us here?
There's definitely something wrong with us here. It's called racism, and it's called internalized racism.
Thank you. You said enough. Yes. You said enough.
It's between a rock and a hard place as far as the mind goes. That's traditional racism, which is that which we experienced from the time we were forced to the civil rights movement.
And then we have
Jim Crow South on up to the civil rights movement, and then de facto racism that comes from traditional racism, and then there's internalized racism, which means we were taught how to be pitted one against another for the sake of survival. And that's that's going on in North Korea right now. And it's basically their scenario with concentration camps, with the citizens that they put into those camps to work, and from their birth. As soon as they are capable of reading and writing and understanding, they're taught to turn one another in. Anybody that's going to try to escape, turn them in, because if you know about it, then you're going to go ahead on and be killed with them, regardless of whether you knew about it or not, or you will be considered guilty by association.
So in other words, they're in darkness in North Korea.
Right. So that's the same system of treachery that was put in place on plantations all throughout the South.
So we have it ingrained in us. Because sometimes we'll come around each other, and we'll frown up and get angry, but then we see people of another ethnic group, and we're happy to be around them.
Right.
Strange. But I didn't experience that in Africa, though.
Right, exactly. No, you don't.
Yeah.
And many Africans come over here, and I have to admit that, a whole lot of times, I don't need to lie. Right now, at this point in my life, I don't want to be bothered by black and white as far as America is concerned.
Yeah, you just want to stay yourself clean and mind your business.
I'm trying to be mindful of both.
And go forward, exactly.
It's going back. Things are reverting back to, with the financial crisis.
Yes.
You've got all of these different little cliques, racial cliques.
You see it. Don't you see it? Yes. I was in L.A. Flew in there for a job a couple of times. A few weeks ago, they had race riots in the jails down there. They had to lock them all down.
Right, and it goes in, but that's the thing we have to learn to see beyond that, because that's the smoke screen that gets used. It goes deeper than just the color of people's skin. It's it's the spirit of Cain at work.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
It's the spirit of
Cain.
And
there's people who know that, who are anti-God, and who are profiting from that.
Oh,
they make money from it.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Right, every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
So it's in their interest to keep it going.
Every day. It's like the Wildcats during the Civil War. They didn't give a crap about Union soldiers, not Confederate soldiers. What they gave a crap about is play both sides and get the money.
Yes.
And get as much money as they could.
That's right.
And there were a number of people who did that.
Yes. But who funded the Wildcats? Was it the British?
Well, the British were part of it, but not in the Midwest.
Okay.
Over here, and not over here, but in South Carolina, where I'm from. There's one dude.
No, and I look at you. My mother's born in Charleston.
Oh, really?
I call her every other day. Yeah, I spoke to her last night.
Okay.
From the Low Country.
Right.
And you know what's funny? The head of NASA, who I met out here, he's from there.
I didn't know
That's how he started giving me his personal number and his card.
Right.
He said, come over here to the side. And, there were people that wanted to see him, but he pulled me to the side because he's from the Low Country.
Right.
And since then, because it was these things he wanted to talk to me about, but he couldn't.
right?
Yeah. But you were saying the British wasn't involved out here, not in the Midwest.
Not in the Midwest. They were, the Wildcats more so in like Missouri, Kansas were on their own. It was just basically people that were smart and saw opportunity.
Yeah, yeah.
But they weren't concerned about, they were like...
What was really happening out here during that time? California, what was happening out
That
here?
would have been 1860s, 1849, the gold rush. So right after the Civil War, another big flight of people from the South coming out here to start over again to what was happening.
Was it still...
New York, London, New York had the money, basically. The Union side of America had the money. So New York investing and starting up to all of this.
No, the thing is, at that time, was it still with Mexico, or it was ours at that time, this place here?
By that time, no, 1849 is the gold rush, so they were around about that time, yeah. Yeah, that's the reason why California became Americanized. The same thing with Texas. You got true gold out here that was discovered, and they were like,
yeah.
Tell nobody, let's negotiate, get this shit coming
up. But I know there's a deep thing to this day going on in Texas.
And then in Texas with the oil, when they discovered oil and the wealth of oil. Yeah. And I was reading the other day, there was a time, all of Syria, Syria, however you choose to pronounce it, all of that region at one time was handed over. Solomon, Israel had the ability, all the Arabian Peninsula, on over to the Mediterranean Sea with Israel, and under their control.
Oh, in the past, yeah.
All of that was there.
Historically, yeah.
Yeah, all of that was there. And under Solomon, David secured all of that for his son Solomon to take over. Solomon wanted for nothing. When he got on the throne, everything was intact. Only one thing God told him not to do, and that is do not multiply unto yourself wives, because he knew that they would be coming from various religious, spiritual systems and ensnare his heart and stop him from being monotheistic with the God of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Joseph and commit idolatry. And God already let us know point blank, I ain't tolerating it. I'm getting it all. I created it all. I'm deserving of it all, and I will have it all.
That's right.
I'm not going to share it with my
That's right. And he don't need to. That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he made the mistake of accepting, these political wives from Egypt and all these other
Yep, that's right.
And then, of course, being a man, you king, you can grab on whatever you want to. So he started, he multiplied wives, and the next thing you know, his kingdom is torn away from him, except for 2 tribes, the remnants.
What's up?
But the thing about it is, he gave Syria to this guy, I'm trying to think of a particular king, but it was one of the Arabian kings at the time. He gave it to him. He gave the land, all these like 10, 15 cities, all of what is Syria. He gave that to him. And he looked at it, he's like, well, I don't want this. What is this? The land is rusted, this, and the other. Had they known the worth of oil then, he made that man a multi-billionaire. All that land with all the oil fields, all of that at one time belonged to Israel.
What we call Saudi Arabia and all that.
Right, exactly.
Right now. Yes.
All of that belonged to Israel at one time. And he gave it away, but the guy frowned on it because it wasn't developed. It wasn't
what was wealth considered was back then.
It wasn't.
If they had foresight.
Right, exactly.
Hey, I spoke with Ursula, and she said, right now she's still in the dining room, and she said if you want to talk to her, be here tomorrow during drop-in hours, and she can see you.
Oh, so she said come in tomorrow.
Yeah, in the morning.
Because I just saw her in the elevator.
Yeah.
Just now. She told you?
Yeah.
That she spoke to me in the elevator?
No, she didn't tell me that. That was before when I was...